Welcome to the Murray Newlands Show. Today I want to talk about the AI Transformation Report from Open Future Forum. The AI Transformation Report is an Open Future Forum operator research report on how far executives have moved AI from pilots into the way their functions actually run. And the central finding is simple. Adoption is not transformation. A company can have AI tools everywhere and still have transformed nothing. That is why the AI Transformation Report matters. The AI conversation has moved very quickly from experimentation to budget, from budget to deployment, and from deployment to accountability. But there is still a gap that the tools are in. The transformation is not. That is the transformation gap this report measures. The report looks at AI transformation across the C-suite: CEOs, CFOs, CIOs, CTOs, CISOs, CMOs, CROs, founders, investors, and AI operators. It asks a more serious question than whether companies are using AI. The question is, has AI changed how the function runs? Has it changed the cost structure? Has it changed the headcount plan? Has it changed the workflow? Has it changed who owns the decision? Has governance caught up to deployment? That is the difference between AI adoption and AI transformation. Adoption means a company bought or deployed AI. Transformation means AI is embedded into the operating model. The AI Transformation Report defines transformation through 4 markers. First, spend moves from experimental budgets into core budgets. Second, output starts to decouple from headcount. Third, whole units of work are handed to AI, instead of AI merely assisting individual tasks. Fourth, governance catches up to deployment. Those are the markers that matter, because AI transformation is not measured by how many tools a company has. It is measured by what those tools replace, accelerate, or structurally change. The external market already shows both sides of the story. Enterprise generative AI spend reached $37 billion in 2025, more than triple the year before. Innovation budgets fell from 25% to 7% of enterprise AI spend in a single year. That means the money has moved core. AI is no longer just an innovation experiment, but the work has not fully caught up with the wallet. McKinsey finds that only 7% of firms have fully scaled AI. MIT found that roughly 95% of enterprise generative AI pilots produce no measurable profit and loss impact. S&P Global found that the share of companies abandoning most of their AI initiatives jumped from 17% to 42% in a year. And Gartner expects more than 40% of agentic AI projects to be cancelled by the end of 2027. So the market is sending 2 signals at once. The spend is real. The transformation is partial. That is exactly what Open Future Forum is seeing inside the room. In Open Future Forum's largest finance room, 71% already run Claude or another AI tool. That tells us the network is deployed, not exploring. But deployment is not the same as transformation. The deeper markers are still catching up. In the finance rooms, 46% fund this year's AI budget, mostly with net new money. Only 17% fund it with money that would have gone to headcount. That matters. Because when AI truly transforms a cost structure, the budget starts coming from the things it replaces. Other software, manual work, future hires that no longer happen. Net new money is often how transformation starts. Reallocated money is how you know it happened. That is one of the most important ideas in the AI Transformation Report. The report also shows a governance gap. In the security room, 62% named securing AI agents and their access as the biggest AI security problem. But 69% had no dedicated AI security budget line. That means the AI is already running, but the governance is still being funded case by case. The agents arrived before the governance budget. That is not full transformation. That is deployment ahead of control. And that is a pattern many executives now recognize. AI enters through one function, the risk shows up in another. The CEO wants acceleration. The CFO wants proof. The CIO wants scalable systems. The CISO wants governance. The CMO wants growth. The CRO wants pipeline. The business unit wants productivity. And somewhere between all of those seats, the transformation either becomes real or stalls. That is why the AI Transformation Report is a cross-lane report. It is not just about one executive role. It is about how AI transformation looks different depending on the seat. For the CEO, AI transformation is about whether the company is actually changing its operating model, not simply buying tools. For the CFO, it is about whether AI spend creates measurable return and whether output starts to decouple from headcount. For the CIO and CTO, it is about whether AI can scale safely across systems, workflows, data, and infrastructure. For the CISO, it is about whether governance can keep up with agents, access, shadow AI, and new risk surfaces. For the CMO, it is about whether AI creates marketing leverage, attribution, authority, content velocity, and go-to-market efficiency. For the CRO, it is about whether AI changes pipeline creation, sales productivity, customer engagement, and revenue operations. For founders, it is about whether the market is actually ready to buy AI based on usage and outcomes. And for investors, it is about whether AI is creating durable operating advantage or just another layer of spend. That is why the report introduces the AI Transformation Index. The AI Transformation Index is the flagship metric of the AI Transformation Report. It is designed to measure the share of operating executives who say AI is either deployed in one or two workflows or embedded in how the function they lead actually runs. That is the right question, because almost everyone can say they are using AI. Far fewer can say AI has changed how their function operates. The AI Transformation Index is designed to track the movement from pilots to embedded operations, from exploring to piloting, from piloting to deployed, from deployed to embedded. The most important transition is the final one, deployed to embedded. That is where the spend moves into core budgets. That is where whole units of work move to AI. That is where output starts to separate from headcount. That is where governance becomes part of the operating model. That is where AI stops being a tool and becomes infrastructure. The report makes another important point. The seat that signs the AI purchase is not always the seat that proves the transformation. In Open Future Forum's finance rooms, the CEO was the most named signer of AI purchases at 47%. But the people who have to produce the proof are often in finance, IT, security, marketing, sales, or the business unit. That creates a seat gap. The CEO signs, the function proves, and the proof window is short. In the finance rooms, 54% named proving ROI as the top blocker to spending more, and 62% expect measurable return in under 6 months. That is the new AI transformation reality. The company may talk about long-term transformation, but the budget often demands short-term proof. A transformation that cannot show measurable return inside 6 months may not survive the next budget cycle. That is why the AI Transformation Report is not just a report about AI adoption, it is a report about AI accountability. The first wave of AI was about experimentation. The second wave was about deployment. The third wave is about transformation. And transformation means the company can answer harder questions. What did AI replace? What did AI improve? What did AI make faster? What did AI make cheaper? What did AI make measurable? What did AI change in the operating model? What did AI change in the hiring plan? What did AI change in the budget? What did AI change in governance? If the answer is unclear, the company may have adoption, but it does not yet have transformation. That is the core message of the AI Transformation Report. The tools are in, the spend is real, the pressure is rising, but the operating model has not fully caught up. That gap is where the next stage of enterprise AI will be decided. The winners will not be the companies that bought the most AI tools. They will be the companies that embed AI into work, governance, cost structure, and measurable output. They will be the companies that can say not only we use AI, but this is what AI changed. That is the new executive question, not adoption. Transformation. Read the AI Transformation Report from Open Future Forum. And for more executive briefings on AI, leadership, growth, governance, and the future of business, subscribe to the Murray Newlands Show.